Well, welcome to Chef's Gear. Today, you guessed it, we're going to Mexico. So check it out. What we're going to do today is a Tex-Mex absolute classic. It's a guacamole with pico de gallo salsa and of course nachos. So when I'm thinking Tex-Mex or Mexican cuisine, the first thing that comes up to my mind is a Michelada. So if you haven't tried it, you have to give it a go. So it's not one of these fancy cocktails in a coconut with an umbrella that you would get in Cancun beach resort, but it's an absolute thirst quencher. And all you need to have is a Mexican style beer, so Tecate Pacifico is alright, just make sure it's not Corona, a glass, some tomato juice, lime of course, and it's a good habanero salsa. I don't have a good habanero salsa, all I have is Tabasco, but that will get the job done. So first, what we're gonna do is just gonna get some lime, make sure you wet the rim with the lime juice, just like so. Get some good salt, and I have some smoked paprika salt, like in flakes, that will be really nice. And you want the salt rim all around your glass. Make sure you break up the flakes so you get those chunks on the rim. Once you get that, squeeze the lime in. Half a lime is fine. Put it back inside. Couple of drops of Tabasco. I like it really spicy. Get a beer. There you go. And this will work with any light type of beer. Make sure it's not too hoppy or too malty. You don't want the beer to be too heavy. It needs to be light and fresh. Top it up with some tomato juice. And well, ole, that's what it is. A Michelada. Awesome. So let's put that on the side. First thing we do is a pico de gallo, which is a very, very versatile. So it's not only a salsa, a sauce, but you can also use it as a dip or a condiment, and that's how we're gonna use it today. So what you need for your pico de gallo salsa is some cherry tomatoes, you need some chili, you need a white onion, you need lime juice, and some coriander, of course. If you don't like coriander, well, Tex-Mex or Mexican cuisine isn't for you. All right, so if it comes to the tomatoes, many recipes will claim you have to deseed them, but it all depends what you need your salsa for. So if you want it slightly runnier, you leave the seeds in. If you want it slightly thicker as a dip, or like, you want to put it on top of your quesadilla or burrito or whatever, you can deseed the tomatoes. I'm gonna leave my seeds in, just like that. I'm gonna chop some chilies, roughly. Pico de gallo literally translates into rooster's beak. So that's exactly the sensation you want to have on your tongue. So it needs to be kind of spicy, it needs to be salty, it needs to be coriandery. I know there's no such word, but you want to taste the coriander in it. So for about 200 grams of cherry tomatoes, 1 clove of garlic is absolutely fine. So let's put that all together. Get the onion diced up. You don't need to be too particular about it. Chunky is the word of the day. All right, so you want it diced up. I'm gonna take half a bunch of coriander in it as well. With the stalks, don't worry about those. Just like so. You want to chop them really well into a paste, sort of chunky paste. So that's gonna take a second. Once all the ingredients are chopped up into a chunky paste, sort of, you can put it all in a bowl. Make sure you get all the juices in. Just season it up, a fair bit of salt. Of course, you want black pepper in it. And the main ingredient, lime juice. 30 or 40 mils of lime juice. Mix it up. You can let it sit in your fridge for about an hour or so. So the salt and the lime juice will drain all the juices from the tomatoes, so they will get a little bit wetter. When we have the pico de gallo salsa ready, let's start with the main thing today. So let's peel some avocados. Make sure it's the soft kind. Never use the dry kind, I mean the tough kind. I don't know what they're good for. but definitely not guacamole. When you open the avocado, make sure there's no blemishes and dark spots. You can take them out and you can smash them in a mortar and pestle. What I prefer to do, I just core the avocado carefully not to go through the skin, not to cut my hand, but I already dice it up. Don't need to be too particular about it. You're gonna smash it up anyways. Take a tablespoon and make sure you take all the flesh out of the skin. Guacamole for 2 people. You probably need 1.5 avocado. What I'm putting in my guacamole is some really finely diced shallots. I'm gonna use like a teaspoon diced chili. Remember, there's already chili in the Pico de Gallo salsa, and you need a pinch of it only, just like that. Garlic is another thing. You need a lot of garlic in Tex-Mex cuisine, right? But you don't want it too garlicky, otherwise it will overpower your guacamole. So you just put a teaspoon actually inside. And what I like to do, I give a pinch of Cajun spice or Cajun spice. I don't know which pronunciation is better. Let me know in the comments. All right, so then you need a good tablespoon of Pico de Gallo. Of course, seasoning, pepper, salt, and more cilantro or coriander, however you want to call it. There's never too much coriander in Mexican or Tex-Mex cuisine. Cut it up, take all the leaves inside. You don't need to dice all the ingredients too fine. As I said, chunky is a key word today. All right, so now mortar and pestle. Oh, I forgot the lemon, or actually lime. Take the spoon, give it a good squeeze. That's probably enough. And now let's smash it up. All right, so the last step is to put everything on a plate, or in my case, a board. So I get some here. You want to take a bit of a Pico de Gallo salsa in a small ramekin for some freshness. The guacamole in a nice bowl. And of course, you need nachos, and nachos are best served warm. Hopefully, in the next episode, I'll show you how to make these bad boys. Get a fair bit. So I got my snack for Cinco de Mayo, which is coming up very soon. So guys, if you like this recipe, hit the like button. If you want to see more of our recipes, hit subscribe to stay up to date with all our latest productions. I thank you guys very much for watching, and I'm gonna enjoy myself now. See you later.